Okay, hope you guys are doing all right. Let me clean this camera real quick. That's better, all right. Okay. Okay, we got everything all sorted out. I have a mirror so you guys can see me, but the thing is I don't know how to set this up. Yeah, I don't know if this will work. I could do it right here, but I have my reference, so I don't know what to do. Hold on, let's kind of MacGyver this real quick. Actually, yeah, we just put the reference above. Let's see how that looks. I typically like having my reference to the side, but I guess we can see how this works. And make sure I don't have anything crazy in the background. And then let's see. That's pretty good, right? Is that good? Okay, we got, what is that? My 3D printer. We got a painting, arts and crafts. We got a painting over here. And some more arts and crafts. My 2024 list. Coats and jackets, a hat. Okay, yeah, we're all good. We're all good. My mirror is dirty, so don't judge me on the dirty mirror. Because we're going to get into this painting. Okay, all my acrylic is dried, so I got to redo. I do wish there was a way to just like, with this palette, I guess I could do it, but I want to just be able to just peel all this paint off. But it doesn't really come off that easy. Maybe if I got a, you know what, I guess, well, no, because it's not going to be good. I know it's going to turn out. I was going to say I could grab a knife and like cut it and then peel it up, but that never turns out as good as I think it will. So yeah, I've been working on this painting for a little bit today. Actually, it came together pretty quick so far. It hasn't taken much to bring this together. Which is crazy because the last one, which is, you can see that painting right here. It's hard to see, but this last one took quite a while to start looking right. Okay, we got blue, cerulean, let's get some gesso. And then some white. Okay, there we go. Oh, we need pink. Yeah, that's it. This painting actually requires a lot. Quite a bit of paint. There we go. I thought about working on a bigger painting that I have going right now, but I wasn't sure if I'd really like want to talk if I was working on that painting. So we're gonna work on this one today. I'll probably work on this one after the stream, honestly. The bigger one after the stream, because it is really big, and I don't really know how I would do both the talking with you guys and also the painting if I was over there painting. But okay, who cares? Let's jump into this painting. If you guys have been watching, I was trying to, if you've been watching a couple of the other streams, I've been talking quite a bit about going and getting some comic books. And the thing is that the comic book store hasn't been open every time I've went so far, so I don't know what happened, but it hasn't been open. So I hope that they're good, and I hope that they're still going, but I haven't seen them open in a while. I went back today, and they weren't open. So I don't know. I don't think they really post their times all that well. Their hours very well. Okay, let's see. But yeah, even in spite of that, I went back in my boxes of stuff that I have, and I was looking at some of the comic books that I bought before. Because I do have comic books, a couple that I've bought. This is really hard. I'm sorry. This is with the reference up here and then the painting down here. It's actually kind of difficult. Let me see what's over there. Oh yeah, it's my painting. I'm really not used to this painting, this style, or this position of having my reference. But yeah, I was going through and actually reading some of the comic books that I have, and they're pretty good. The only thing I don't like is that they, like, the whole thing about them is that they have a cliffhanger at the end. Like, that's their whole thing. I don't really like that. But I think I need to get into graphic novels, not so much comics. I think comics have, well, I think graphic novels don't have that whole, like, I think they're self-contained for the most part. I think I'd like that better. So the next time they're open, hopefully I'll be able to go there. And the thing is I'm not really a superhero guy. So it would be weird for me in general to just jump into comic books. Although I feel like one of them, I forgot which one it was. One of them wasn't really a superhero book. I gotta think, which one was it? I could grab them. Hold on, I could grab them. Oh, I don't. Yeah, let me grab them. Just real quick. Okay, never mind. I take it back. It definitely was a superhero. So, I don't know if I just forgot or what. I read this Batman one. Pretty good, I guess. I mean, just like classic Batman stuff where he's just beating people up. He's just beating people up. And there's like a multiverse of Batmans, I guess. And then there's also this one I just read. Kind of confusing a little bit, but kind of good. And then this. Oh, I didn't read this one yet. I haven't read it because there's like a bunch of little kids running around, and I feel like I don't know. I mean, anytime something has like little kids, like Stranger Things or something like that, I never want to watch it. I never want to watch it because it makes everything. I feel like it makes everything silly. But who cares? I'll probably end up reading that one tonight, so I'll probably cave and I'll probably read that one. And it's kind of making me think it would be cool to have a comic book made. Even though I don't like drawing all that much, I'd much rather be painting. I think I could make it work for a little bit. I could definitely make it work for at least one. I don't know if I'd want it to be my career, but okay. I feel like the difficult thing about this new like acrylic painting I've been doing is I never really know how far to go with the details. Like, this could be done. This side of the face could be done. If I wanted it to be like that. It could be finished right there. But I think I'm probably going to take it quite a bit further. Because I know myself and know I'm probably not going to let this be the finished state. But it could be, though. It doesn't look bad. Okay, let's make it a little darker. Kind of hard to tell, but I think this is dark. No, it's not. I'm trying to mix something that's a little bit darker, but still red. Let's see, is that, that's a little too dark, I think. Okay, let's see. Still too dark. Try to mix in some yellow, hopefully that brings it up. Okay, I think that's okay. That's still too light now. We're gonna go back and forth with the value, I guess. That's decent, okay. Oh yeah, I like that color, I like this. Yeah, that was a good color. We're gonna have to go back into it with a little lighter value, but that should be good for now. I feel like orange is one of the more difficult colors to mix. Yeah, because it's so easy to fall into a brown if you're not careful. WIP is work in progress. Work in progress. That's what this is. This is a work in progress. I know when I was first like starting doing art online, I didn't know what half the stuff people were saying meant. Like WIP. There are I don't know off the top of my head, but there's so many terms people just toss around. But that's work in progress. Okay, what's wrong? Let's see. What's wrong with this painting? I don't know. I'm gonna go over to the blue side now. Let's go over there. Yep. Over here I need to. There's a mid-tone missing. I think that's the main problem. Let's see how this looks. Looks pretty good. And there's a lot of purple here too, but that's gonna be more. That's a difficult color for me to mix. It seems like I always seem to struggle with mixing purples. Probably out of any color, that's probably the most difficult for me to mix. I think it's just because I'm not really familiar with I know blue and red make purple, but like specifically which blues and which reds make which kind of purple. Sometimes I struggle with that. I forgot. I hold my mouth open when I paint sometimes, and it's such a weird look. Hey, Gene. I gotta. I'm not gonna keep that in mind. You guys are just gonna see me hold my mouth open for this whole time. Cause that seems to be what I do when I paint. No. Let's see. I don't know if anyone else has a painting face, but I definitely have like I'm in outer space kind of look. Now I'm thinking about holding my face, how I'm holding my face. There you go, just make all that more opaque, I think. There we go. The reference is, well, this time because I wanted to show me while I'm painting on this side of my room, I have the reference up here. It's still a reference I made. It's a photo I took. That's the reference. I was looking today and yesterday for references, and it's very difficult. Very, very, very difficult. Like, I've been looking a lot into an artist that I really like named Robert McGinnis. I've been looking into his art and seeing how he got his references. And I saw a snippet of a trailer, or a trailer of a documentary. And he has like, but I guess as he should, he has like these models that he like, I guess he pays or I don't know what, but that they come in and he takes reference photos of them. Could you imagine how much easier that would make everything if I just had models that I just paid and just, hey, could you like hold your head up like, could you hold your head up like this for a second? And I put like a blue light on them. That'd make things so much easier. But that's not what I'm doing. I made a 3D printed model and I'm using it as this reference. It is very nostril-centric. But that's why I liked it, because the nostrils point, like everything's pointing like up to this little point at the top. I like that. I might put something up here. Or like something coming up from this way. I do like how it's very boom boom nostril-centric. That's a good word. Nostril-centric. I've been giving recently I've been giving a lot of my paintings titles. I feel like nostril-centric could definitely be a title. That's something I haven't really done before, is give my paintings titles. But I feel like it makes them more finished in some sort of way. And to be honest, that's the main reason why I love this reference, though, is that the nose. That's a lot of the reason I like this reference. Oh, it's too late. Just missed a comment. Oh. Really? Well, what kind of titles do you give them? Well, Gina, I don't even know if I really know what kind of art you do. Actually, that's not true. Pretty sure I've seen some of your art. No, I definitely have. I definitely have seen some of your art. Oh, the date? Well, that's not, well, yeah, I guess that counts. I guess that counts. If you ever use DeviantArt, I think they make you use, yeah, I remember your art. I don't even know why I said that. On DeviantArt, they used to make you use a title. So you'd have to make a title up. I think. I've never used DeviantArt. I did when I was a really little kid, but it was different. I think it was different then. And I wasn't posting, I was just watching. I'm gonna run this color through the whole thing again. Yeah, I've been trying to come up with some fun titles. Let me see if okay, yeah, I'm gonna grab one of them. I'm I'm gonna grab a couple of them and just go through the titles of the paintings. This one's called Counterintuitive. Oh, this one's called Counterintuitive. I think that's a pretty cool title. Let me see what else. Oh, here we go. This one's called Laser Tag. Yeah, that one's called Laser Tag. I like that one. And then this one, this is the last one I'm going to show. This one is called Star Power. I have a lot more that have titles, but that's all I'm going to show right now. Okay, oops. No, I would never, gee, I would never do that. I would never do that. I would never. My mind wouldn't even let me do something like that. My mind wouldn't even let me do something like that. I even have, like, I'm not gonna say it's OCD, but I have some, like, strange feelings about, like, even, I don't think I could even give those to people as gifts. I wouldn't even want to give someone a skull painting as a gift. Maybe one of these I can give them, but yeah, I have weird feelings about stuff like that. That would be crazy. Yeah, I would never do that. A lot of them are like after, well, I mean, I don't have to say, because that'll ruin it a little bit, so. They're just named after different things that I think about sometimes. This biggest painting I have, in my room right now has a title, and the title is essentially like the whole reason I did the painting. The title is, well, I think you guys will see when I finish it, but not for now, it's just a secret. It's a secret title project. Thanks. Yeah, I have a couple different kind of titles, like, some of them are like, what is that? I forgot the title. I already forgot the title now. What's the, man, I forgot. There's like an old woman's name. I forgot. Man, I forgot. Now I gotta turn them all around to see which one is titled that. Not Lorraine. Not Lorraine. I forgot the name. But it's an older woman's name. Is one of them. But that's based on an old Marty Robbins song. I have no clue what I asked. What it is. I honestly have no clue. I don't know. I don't think all that well, but I don't expect much from the book, though. It's just, honestly, if we're doing real talk, and this is something I would normally like say like in a, I don't know. I feel like this is something you should probably say for an interview. But at that point in time, when I wrote that book, I was thinking like, if I died, like what do I really want out of like, I don't know, like what would I want my life like? And I was only at like 19, so it's kind of like melodramatic, but I don't even know what I'm going into now. But it wasn't really about selling the book. It's just about having a book in my name. So like if I don't know, we don't got to get into it now. But that's what that book was. It wasn't really about the sale. So yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Because that was a really bad. I don't know. It wasn't necessarily like none of the none of the circumstances from that time have really changed. But I definitely feel a lot more okay about it. But that's what that book was. I just didn't really feel that great. And I was writing a book about it. It was kind of a pain, honestly. I did it with Amazon, so it was as easy as, well, it was just that you have to really format the book. You just have to really format the book a lot. Like there's a lot of fixing little like your like title's off by like 0.2 millimeters. Your book is 197 pages, so you have to have a spine that's 77 millimeters instead of 73. You have to change all this stuff and keep changing it over and over and over again until it looks right. And then if you try to publish it, it won't tell you that something's wrong until like the day you're supposed to publish it, and then your date gets set back 10 more days because it wasn't ready to publish, even though you didn't know that. It's just a lot. It was a lot of like, there's a lot of like little things that compounded to make me kind of frustrated, honestly. But if I had known that going into it, I don't think it'd be as bad as it was, as it felt then. On here, it looks like, well, I guess they are in real life. All these values look like they're kind of blending together, but this is supposed to be the darker, and so is this. Who do you submit it to? Does anyone read it? No, that's the funny part, no. If you do with KDP, which is Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing, they kind of just let you, well, I think they check it first, like through some, probably do like some AI stuff to check to make sure your book's like not horrendous. But yeah, like you don't have to go through somebody. That's one of the reasons I like doing it that way. It's because I could not imagine going through like that whole process of doing all this stuff, and then someone told me to change something. I couldn't imagine that. That would like break my heart, I think. That would like break my little 19-year-old heart if someone did that. But also one of the reasons, one of your earlier questions, one of the reasons I like really was stoked on finishing that book is because I wanted like I don't know, I wanted like some sort of, like I wanted a mark of where I was at skill level wise at like 19 years old. That's why I like doing all those self-portraits. Hey, Dad. Oh, snap. Dad's in here. Did I enjoy the writing or painting more? The painting was a little frustrating, to be honest with you. Because I had never done... I don't really paint, like, for story. I don't know. I don't do that much. Painting, like, for story's sake. So that was kind of difficult. But, I would say I liked the writing. Probably more, honestly. Yeah, probably more. Probably like the writing more. It kind of does look like a man drowning. If we cut it, like, if I drew a line across here, it kind of does look like he's in water. Let's see. I gotta keep looking at what I need to fix. I think the biggest issue right now is like all of this area. Okay. Again, I'm holding my mouth open while I paint. Thank you. Did the pictures make the formatting harder? Yes. Yes, they did. The pictures made it really difficult, I think. Also, Kindle doesn't have like the greatest quality for printed photos, which is okay. I got some. I can show you. Hold on. I can show you. Okay, like I got a couple different copies printed. And let's see, which one is it? Okay, hold on, that's this one. Okay, here we go. So Kindle has like a premium paper option, and then you also have a like normal paper option. So let me see. Okay, so here's one. I'm gonna find the same painting on both the different. Here it is. So this one is the premium paper, right? Or the premium ink, I think, whatever, I forgot what it's called. And then this one is the normal. So, I mean, they're both not like the craziest high, this one just is glossier. I forgot which one I actually ended up going with, hold on. I think they both look fine, but like neither of them look like, they're not the same quality as the, yeah, I ended up going with the normal one. I think it looks more like a normal book and like not so much like a, I don't know, like a glossy piece of paper. Yeah, it is for sale. It's on Amazon. This isn't a illustration. This is just a photo from whatever. But yeah, it took me a while to get everything sorted out. And I have so many drafts, it just took a while. It took a long time. Oh, snap. Hey, Adonis. Okay, let's get back to the painting. Okay, the issue, I gotta keep going back and forth with what the issues are. Right now, I think this needs to be lightened up. That's too light, I think. But Gene, even with saying all that, Gene, I think if you're thinking of writing a book, it's not as hard as it's not that difficult. Just the formatting might take a little bit of time to get used to what's going on. Like, I paid someone to format the book, and I still had stuff to fix afterwards. Okay, let me see if I can, should I do it right now? Yeah, I'll do it right now. Hold on, I'll do it right now. I'm gonna put the link to the book in the chat real quick, but it's gonna take me a second, so give me like 3 minutes, 2 minutes. I'm still here. Just try to get the link. Okay, there we go. We're back. We're back. That's the link to the book if you guys are interested. Hey, Ash. I really honestly had no intention of streaming, but it's alright. I thought I was gonna, I don't know why, but I had this thing. Oh, snap. Oh, I missed. Hey, Blue. Okay, I missed Blue. Miss anyone else? Okay, no. Okay, make sure I didn't miss anyone else. I had this thing where I was gonna like, I was watching this artist interview, and I don't know, I was just getting kind of fired up. Like, I was thinking, like, you know what? I should get fired up about art. I mean, I was gonna have this whole thing. I was gonna paint like angry. I was just gonna be angry and just paint. But I don't know. I guess that turned around. I don't know if you guys feel this way, but I don't know if I take art serious enough sometimes. Sometimes I don't know if I take it. I don't know if I take anything serious enough. Because if I really took this seriously, right, I would be like painting 24/7. I would be drawing all day, because I know I need to improve on that. So I'd be drawing all day. I'd be like, I don't know. Sometimes I just don't feel like I take it serious enough. Like I paint a lot, but I could paint a lot more. Oh yeah, I finished it a while ago. Yeah. I finished it a couple months ago, probably. Probably like at the end of March, I think. Or May. Beginning of May, end of March, probably. It's like light and shadow. You need both seriousness and fun in your art. True. Yeah, I feel that. But I feel like the fun should come like after you're already like serious about the fact that you're gonna paint. Or like serious about the fact that you're gonna make art today. The fun should be like the fun is like, okay, I'm gonna try a blue background instead of whatever. But I feel like the seriousness should be like, I'm gonna wake up at 6 a.m. today, and I'm gonna paint from 6 to like 9 p.m. Because it's a Saturday and I have the free time. There honestly should be nothing else I'm doing, right? But instead I'm like messing around like on YouTube, or I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing all day. Like making popcorn. Let's cut some of these angles down. Yeah. I feel that. You know, and I don't know if this was intentional, but I feel like I need to be serious about my art. Like, I feel like in my art, and I don't even know if you meant that intentionally, but I feel like I'm serious probably in my art, but I don't know if I'm serious about my art. Like if I was really, this is kind of, I don't know if this is a worthwhile tangent to go on, but if I was really serious about my art, you know how much time I would have to spend, or how much time I would be spending on like learning how to draw, or like how many classes I would be attending right now if I was really serious, like 100% down on like making art for the rest of my life. I probably would be doing a lot of different things. I don't know. I feel like I probably should be. I don't know. I feel like in some way I'm probably just waiting for like, I feel like I'm probably just waiting for some sort of like either person to tell me or something in my life to like signal to the fact that like I'm gonna be like, I'm able to be an artist like forever. But I don't know. I think something in me like feels like I need to put that off until later. I think that's like the rational part of my mind, probably. Yeah, for sure. I think I'm an artist. I think I've been an artist since I was a little kid. I don't think I've ever struggled. Have you struggled with that, Gene? I think I became an artist the day that I like decided that like my all of my clothes are painting clothes essentially. I think that's when I became an artist. That's the day. That's interesting. I wonder, Gene, were you like the art kid in school? Like, was that your thing? Because that might be where a lot of that came from. If you're like the art kid in school, you just kind of take that and run with it. But if you're not, then you gotta kind of work into that. Oh, that could be it. I'm like, I'm like there. Oh yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, that's probably where it came from. Yep, childhood. Yep, that's exactly where. Yep, that's where I told you, childhood. Yeah. Nothing beats imposter syndrome like a spotted wardrobe. All of my pants. I don't know if you guys can see. I don't want to stand up right now, but these pants right here have paint on them. This shirt, I actually like this shirt, but I got to paint, so I'm not taking this shirt off right now. I could take it off, but I'm not going to. My hands always have paint on them or underneath them at all times. So yeah, I never really struggle with the. No, you know, it'll get messy eventually, but we don't have to do that right now. Yeah, I don't have to force the messiness. Because for as long as it's clean, I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna enjoy it when it's dirty too, but I'm gonna enjoy it when it's clean now. Because it will certainly get dirty eventually. Because I've had quite a few like pairs of pants or like shirts. I'm like, yeah, this probably isn't gonna get. I'm not gonna paint on these. These are khakis. Why would I ever paint on these khaki pants? And now all of a sudden there's like a big black stain on the khaki pants, or a big stripe of ultramarine blue down the side of it. It's probably for the best though. I think it's probably for the best. This might be too bright. Let's see. It's really, yeah, it is kind of bright. But you know what else with that thing, like the question, the do I? Oh, that would be nice. I painted. That would be nice. I should. I probably should paint a Dolly Parton portrait. But honestly, there's a lot of people I'd paint before Dolly Parton, so it might take a while. I was gonna say something, but I forgot. Man, what was I gonna say? Something, I forgot what I was gonna say. It was like on the topic of something. On the topic of... I forgot. I totally forgot my train of thought. Who's top of my portrait list? Let's see. Oh. I have no clue. I don't really paint celebrities. I don't know. I would say top of my portrait list is like my family, probably. I prefer to give them portraits. I think that'd be cooler. I'd probably say like my mom and my dad would probably be first on the portrait list. And like my grandma, probably. Actually, I've painted my dad's portrait before. Yeah, so probably just family members, probably my first on the list. I think of that sometimes with, I think I said it one time in a plein air video. But sometimes I wonder, like, why in the world am I painting this random park at 2 p.m.? Like, this park means nothing to me. And yeah, sometimes it's just kind of weird. Like, why am I painting this park? It doesn't mean anything to me particularly. I mean, it's pretty, right? But I would like to paint more things that like are meaningful to me. And I want to start doing more finished pieces like this. Like, I love the sketches, and I do so many of them. But I feel like these are more like worthwhile of like my time being spent. Okay, something's definitely wrong here. This whole thing doesn't look right, so we're gonna have to fix that. Thanks, Dad. I'm not holding the copies. It's Amazon. Amazon is holding the copies. But thank you. Let's see. I think he did, yeah. I think he did. It was small, though. It was really small. It was a really small little portrait. You know, the one thing that does give me, like, not imposter syndrome, but, like, a weird feeling, is when people compliment art that I know is terrible. That's one thing. That's one thing that, like, not imposter syndrome, but that makes me feel really weird. Like when people compliment art that I'm like, yeah, I know this sucks. Like I know this is horrendous. That sometimes makes me feel weird, but not like an imposter. It just makes me feel like I'm getting like a pity compliment. But that's funny sometimes. But who knows? Sometimes people really do just like, yeah, sometimes people really do just like art that I don't like. I know there's probably a lot of art that I don't love that other people would say is beautiful. Then again, I'm kind of biased because I'm always like a root for the underdog type. I always love art that people either don't like that much or that people, but it's not very popular. I'm always like a hipster kind of mindset. Yeah, like that one painting. I don't believe that, but I'll take it as a compliment. Thank you. And the one I really vibe with, they just, yeah, I felt that too. I felt that too. I really feel that like with social media too. Like, there's some paintings like, I think the dog painting was one of my best paintings. The portrait of my dog was one of my best paintings, I think, personally. And it didn't do that well on social media, which I don't know. I don't even know. Like, I guess that is just it's what it is. You just get lucky sometimes. But yeah, that's one of the times that happened. But yeah, I haven't had too many like in-person live situations like that. But at the live painting event thing, I've been talking to a lot more artists, so I've been giving compliments, getting a lot more compliments about my art, and getting like some feedback too. So that's been cool. That's been really, really, really cool. You know what? Recently, I got a really, it wasn't even really a compliment, but it was like so encouraging. This guy at the live painting event, he's like the best person in the class. Like, he's without a doubt the best artist in the class, probably, like skill wise. And he knows that I paint really small and I draw really small, and I do everything in like a little mini sketchbook. And the other day I painted like a little bit bigger, and he like gave like a little gasp. He's like, oh, "You're painting bigger." There you go. I felt so encouraged. Like, dude, this is sick. That felt really good. It wasn't even a compliment. It was just painful. Yeah, it is a painful experience when people just don't like your. I wonder what that is, though. I wonder what the psychology is there. You know what it could be, though? It could be that because you like it so much, you're just expecting the praise to be like more than what it would normally be. But then when they give you like average amount of, yeah, that's pretty cool, it doesn't feel like it fits with how good you think it is. Kind of like in that game. Have you guys ever played? I never played it, but there's a game where you're like an artist and you like sell paintings. I don't even know, but like you make little digital drawings with your mouse, and then you sell the paintings. And the people on the game, like, they just like, it's just like random. Like, it doesn't matter how long you spend on the painting or whatever. They just like randomly decide if they like it or not. That's probably kind of what that's like. People just kind of decide whether they like it or not. There's a lot of texture, surprisingly, at the bottom of this. Well, it's actually because it's a 3D print, but I still like how it looks. I like all the texture at the bottom of the chin. I wonder how far we are. Probably. I wish I could do like I could go back in time to see what this looked like at the beginning of the live stream. But I can't from my phone, so I guess we'll just wait. I'm kind of saving this line because I like the idea of maybe having like have you guys ever seen the image of the horizon coming over the sun, or the sun coming over the Earth, like from space? How there's like a line of light, and it probably like sparks at one little area. I like the idea of doing that. Maybe like asymmetrically. Maybe having like a beam of light, and then maybe like a little, either maybe dead center, a little like ray of light coming off here, or like maybe off to the side. Either way. Okay, what do we need? I think right now we need to fix the purple, because it's not very, or the pink purple. I'm a sucker for NASA space. Oh, okay. Oh, snap. Okay, hold on. I have this painting. Now, I dare you guys to say this one's good. This is not a good painting. So I'm not going to take any positive reinforcement from this painting. This one is horrendous. I'm going to grab it real quick. So this is the first, you guys are witnessing history here. This is the first acrylic skull that I tried to paint. And it is so, first of all, it was like kind of ambitious, so I'm proud of myself. But it's also just like so poorly done. But it was really ambitious at the time. Like, it was way above my skill level. I had terrible paint. I used a projector to trace the outline. I couldn't even draw the outline strong enough yet. I wasn't good enough at drawing yet to do that. But I was going for that. That's kind of what I was going for then. That little, like, the earth is here, then there's like a ray of light coming out. But I didn't know how to blend out I didn't know how to do anything. I didn't know how to do enough things to make it a good portrait or a good painting. But, good. I'm glad we're being honest. I'm glad we're being honest with ourselves now. I know, it is chalky. Like, the painting looks dry. Like, the painting's ashy. I need to put, like, some Vaseline on the painting. The canvas isn't good. Yeah, it's not holding up that great, but it is chalky. Yeah, look at that. The colors aren't bright. It's like, this is the weirdest gray blue you've ever seen in your life. Yeah, I'm gonna put this one right here just for inspiration. Maybe I should try that again, because I could definitely kill that now. I could definitely do a good job with that painting now. Well, maybe if we varnished it. I think it would still look bad. Should we varnish it real quick? Honestly, I don't even trust that this painting will stay the way it is if I varnish it. Maybe I'll varnish this later, because that actually would be kind of funny if I varnish this, just to protect it a little bit. Yeah, it is true. It is proof. It is proof that we're getting better. I love that, though. I love that. That's why if I ever, like... This is a really hard thing for me to get, like, to get down pat, but don't cover up your paintings or your drawings or anything like that. Usually, I mean, I still do it pretty often sometimes, but just let them be bad paintings and then get better in the future, and then be able to compare them in the future. But I'm sure there's a lot of times where I've covered up all kinds of paintings, good, bad, just frustrated, whatever. But I think there is something to, and I don't know if anyone's ever said this before, but sometimes I feel like I draw better if there's better drawing surrounding. I don't know how to explain this, but like if I'm drawing on a page and I have 2 bad drawings on that page, the third one's probably gonna be bad too. If I have like 2 good drawings on a page, the third one might not be as good as them, but it'll definitely be better than it would have been. I hope that was a good, clear explanation. But I feel like if I'm looking at good drawings, I'll probably draw a little bit better. Let's mix up this tip of the nose. I gotta make it really clear that this tip of the nose is like separated from everything else around it. Questionable, but better. You seem to have transitioned into acrylics nicely. Glad you're happy with your art and your medium. I am. Thank you. That was just a sweet comment. Thank you. I still love gouache, and I still would love to master it. But I do like the fact that these are more stable a little bit. And I can go bigger, which I've been scared of going bigger for a while. But yeah, that's the main thing I like about it, is that I can go a lot bigger. Although I know Danny Saber did a video. I haven't watched it yet. It's been a while though. I might have watched it. Hold on. I don't remember really. He did a video where he tried to go like paint really big with gouache. That's brave. I haven't painted very big with gouache. Okay, I need to go darker and more blue in this area. Or at least more blue, at the very least. Maybe not darker, but... I do remember I used to be kind of scared of acrylics. Mostly because I thought they were going to be so expensive. I mean, they definitely more expensive than watercolor. Because with watercolor, you buy like 1 tube and it lasts you like your whole lifetime. But then gouache was a step up in price because you're using like the paint more thicker. And then acrylic is another step up because you're still using the paint more thickly and you're also like painting bigger. That was one of the big things that scared me off of acrylic, the price, but... I guess you just slowly move up, like, as it becomes more of a part of your life, you are willing to spend more money on it. Like, now there's nothing that I really need to spend my money on outside of, like, school stuff and art stuff. So I'm willing to buy acrylic paint that's way more than what watercolor would be back then. And I was buying cheap watercolor too. I wasn't even buying real watercolor. I was buying like a Dale Rowney Essentials 12 set. Which still works. I think that's still good paint. It might not be archival and it might not be like fully like, it might not be very good with the pigment and stuff like that, but the Dale Rowney 12 sets are pretty good. Okay, let's see what's going wrong. I think the pink makes it look like the nose is crooked, so we need to fix that with the blue. We've been on here for 65 minutes. I'm not even tired yet. I feel like I could go for another 2 hours. Still. I've been getting very tempted to go back and retry to learn how to sculpt. And I just don't know if I have the mental capacity to add that on. To add that on to what I'm trying to learn. As fun as it seems to learn how to sculpt, and as cool as it would be to have like the sculpting abilities, I don't know if I want to add that on right now. Because I haven't even mastered this yet. Maybe if I was like master of this, master of painting, and I just wanted to try something new. Like there's this guy, I know I've mentioned him before. I'm really inspired by this guy. His name is Marcus Rothkranz. I think he's German. And he's a photographer, and like a health guy. His paintings from when he was younger are so crazy good. It's almost like scary. Like some people like savants are kind of like intimidating to me, but his paintings are so good from when he was younger. And then I guess he just felt like he mastered painting, so he just stopped painting. And now he just takes photos. So I guess like I don't know. Maybe if I had done that, if I was like a savant and I mastered painting, I would probably just master it and then move on to something else more fun or more difficult. But I don't even feel like I've gotten that good at this yet. Okay, what can we change? Right now, I'm particularly disturbed by this and this, so I need to fix those. Also, the whole outline isn't that great, so I'm gonna need to go back. Yeah, I'm gonna need to go back and fix the outline soon. Let's see what that's like. It's a little lighter. Nope, that's too light. Have any of you guys seen that movie about the bird? That I think it's just at AMC, but the movie about the bird and the little girl and the mom. I kind of wanted to go watch that. It does seem like really sad, like actually like might ruin my day, kind of sad, but I still kind of want to watch it a little bit. I also want to watch that movie about King Henry. That seems sick too, or about his wife more so. That seems sick. Thanks, Adonis. Yeah, I wanted to watch that movie about King Henry's wife. I wanted to watch that movie about the little girl and the bird, or the young woman and the bird. What else? There's also the movie about some dad that learns how to act. That seems decent. I think people are talking about it like it's a really good movie. Haven't seen that one yet. I did watch The Bike Riders. I didn't like it that much. Okay. Hopefully my face isn't going too crazy yet. I remember one time my mom told me this story about somebody who held their mouth open, and she like painted them in such a bad light that now I'm scared to hold my mouth open. Just mouth breathing while I paint. Let's see. That's pretty good. There's a Nipsey Hussle movie? Oh, I missed Blue's comment. New medium does not have to replace the previous one. Our artist hearts are big enough for all mediums. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes, if I added sculpting, that probably would take up a lot of time. That would take up so much time. But could you imagine the accomplishment though? That would be sick. Like, I'm a sculptor. That's always what like makes me really motivated. Is like just one day being like I'm a painter and like living in my like random ranch secluded off in Mexico. People ask me what I do. I'm like yo soy el pintor. That's like how I would say it. Yo soy el pintor. Yo. I'm still learning Spanish, so we gotta forgive me. I would probably be like yo soy pintor. So that's how I would say it. That's what wakes me up in the morning, thinking about being a pintor. Oh, but I said all that to say that it would be sick to be like, yo soy el sculptor, or whatever sculptor is in Spanish. I feel like sculptor's a pretty prestigious title. I think writer is too. Well, I think it depends where you're at. If you live in California, being a writer is probably not that cool of a title. But if you live out in the middle of nowhere, being a writer is probably like the coolest job anyone's ever seen. But even for myself, I feel like that would give me a lot of accomplishment. Being like, yo soy el pintor. Ni hao. Yeah, ni hao. You know what's funny? As long as I've spent learning Chinese, you would think I know how to say more stuff in Chinese. Like, you would really think I know how to, like... You would think I know how to do a lot more in Chinese than I do. I don't even know about the stuff, like, I need to know. Like, I know random terms in Chinese, but I don't know any art stuff in Chinese. I don't know any painting things in Chinese. I don't know any movie things in Chinese. I don't know anything about writing in Chinese. I just know about, like... If I go to a school setting, how to interact with the teachers there. I know how to like speak to Chinese teachers, I guess, a little bit. But you would think I know a lot more if I told you how many years I've been studying Chinese. No, I think drawer can be if you're like that's your thing, you like draw. But typically, like, I mean, if someone called you a drawer, like, what are we even doing here? Like, yeah, what am I, a drawer? I don't mind it. I don't mind it. If an artist called himself a drawer, I think that's cool. Ooh, that might have messed things up. Let's see. Yeah, that line might be a little too dark. We'll have to fix that later. feel like I'm still not quite hitting something. Something is still not quite. I know this looks all kinds of messed up, but I don't know how to mix a... I do know. You know what? I do know. I do know. I'm a confident grown man that knows how to mix a blue to fix it, and then knows how to mix a purple to put there correctly. Let's see that there. And then let's fix that. Let's fix that cheek. Have you guys seen Howard Stern's paintings? I was actually blown away when I saw them. I was a little jealous, honestly. When I saw, I was a little jealous. That's the first. Well, first it was like, wow, he's really good. But the second feeling that hit me was like, oh my goodness, this guy's good, and I'm like, I think I'm a painter, I think I'm a painter, and Howard Stern has like better paintings than me. That's like the second feeling that hit. But the first one was like, wow, he's pretty good. So the first one was positive. The first thought was positive. But then the second one was like, oh my goodness, this guy's better than me at painting. But then the third one was like, as he should be. Howard Stern. Howard Stern, the radio host. Yeah, Howard Stern. Yeah, the radio guy. Yeah. I had no clue he was a very good painter. Like, better than me. A lot better than me. He's really good. I also have a tendency to mumble and like start talking really quickly, so I do need to be reminded to keep it low and slow and keep it nice. And Howard Stern, that's how you say his name. Howard Stern. I start getting excited and I start speaking really quickly. Let's see. Yeah, he's really good at painting. No clue. I used to be really bad though. You guys should have heard me in like 6th grade, or like, I was a speaking mess. Hey, Bia. Thank you. Yeah, you guys should have heard me back in like 6th grade. Just horrendous. Like, I don't even know how they didn't put me in like speech therapy. They should have. I should have been locked up in the speech therapy room. That's what they should have done, but they didn't. Although, I went to one speech therapy session, and of course, I couldn't stutter when I was there. It was crazy. That actually was like one of the weirdest experiences I've had. I got there, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go in here, and they're gonna fix my problem. And then I go in there, and I'm speaking like I'm Barack Obama. I'm speaking all nice and slow and well-tempered and well-tempoed, and like they're like probably looking at me like I'm crazy. Like, why are you in this room? But that's how it usually is. Whenever you need to show something like right then and there, you can't do it. But yeah, so I guess that's why I still stutter, because at that one speech therapy appointment, back when I was like, when was that? That was probably, I don't even remember when that was. Probably like 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade. That time all kind of blends together. but I couldn't stutter. I couldn't stutter then. But probably right when I got out of that, I was probably stuttering up a storm. I don't know if you guys, how much you guys know about like speech issues and speech impediments and stuff, but I used to have a stammer more than I had a stutter. Probably about equal, honestly. But there are certain words that I used to, and I still struggle with. But certain words that I cannot seem to get out, like no matter what I do. It used to be the number 11. 11 used to tear, like, it used to make me so nervous to have to say 11. I vividly remember there was this one time in math class, and I knew the answer was 11, but I could not. I just had to make up a different number because I could not say that. I actually physically could not say that word. But I mean, I don't know. It is what it is. I've gotten a lot better with it now. I've also noticed that as my voice has gotten a little deeper, it's been a lot easier to not stutter so much. I used to not stutter also when I was in Chinese class too. That was very interesting. I didn't stutter when I was speaking Chinese, so I thought that would be kind of cool. Like, could you imagine that? If I just moved to China and that fixes my stuttering. That'd be cool. Okay, I need to get... I'm having some issues getting this blue to be super opaque and not like pale when I mix in white. So I think what we're gonna do is instead of mixing in white, we're gonna mix in some cerulean, which is more opaque. It'll change the color a bit, but I think it'll just mostly add opacity. And even, I forgot about that. This is like a lost memory. But even earlier than the stuttering and the stammering thing, I used to have like a click. I used to have a click. Like I used to be speaking and then I'll be like, I don't know what that was, but it was, I think it was part of the stammer thing. Where you're trying to get words out and you can't. That's really frustrating. But I've gotten a lot better with that. Okay, I'm gonna mix in some cerulean and see how that works. I didn't really get bullied for it either, so I guess that was lucky. That was lucky. I didn't really get bullied for it. $83 minutes. What is it, an hour and 20 minutes? Jeez. We've been going for a long time. Cerulean is. I've always loved cerulean, just not quite as much as ultramarine. Cerulean is such a pretty color. There you go. Look at it. That's more opaque, much more opaque. It really is. When I was growing up, I remember my favorite color was orange. It still is. But it's funny now how much I use blue. But I never really cared that much about blue when I was younger. I didn't really like blue that much. I kind of put blue and green in the same like level of liking. But orange was my top favorite. Yellow was probably a close second. Silver, probably a close third. But now it's funny how predominantly blue is everywhere in my life now. I feel like most kids is probably like, for girls it's probably pink or purple. And then for boys it's probably like either red, blue, or green. Are like the most common favorite colors. I used to really I like all kinds of orange, but I think probably like a burnt sienna type. Well, is burnt sienna really orange? Burnt sienna is probably closer to red than orange. But I used to be a big fan of orange. I still am. That did the trick. That got us a lot more opaque now. A lot of these lines are disappearing, which is great. I think once we do this outline, and then once we touch on some things, we should be almost close to done. This is what I mean by taking things seriously. Like, if I did this every single day, if I painted for like, just sat down and painted for 2 hours straight, I could almost have any painting. I could have a painting almost finished, like, just like that. But I gotta get serious, I guess. I don't know, find that somewhere in me. Just blot in this last little bit. Blue and orange is like white and black. It is. Blue and orange is like, I think, when I used to design my thumbnails, I don't do it so much now, but when I used to design my thumbnails, I used to look up like famous movie posters and then like go off of those colors or go off of that, some sort of like composition from that. And blue and orange is a popular one. Yellow and blue is also a common one because it just makes like the most contrast. Yeah, blue and orange is beautiful. I like blue and orange. Even more than blue and orange, you know what I love? White and gray. White and gray is such a pretty combo. Like if I was making a house, not necessarily for me, but just like, I'd probably make it white and gray, like the insides, the interior design. White and gray is a great color combo too. I used to hate the color orange as a kid, but now I love it. Burnt orange is my orange. I wonder what burnt orange is. I actually don't really buy orange in tubes. I probably should start, but I don't buy orange in tubes. By painting everything blue, you're calling the invisible orange. Hold on. By painting everything blue, you're calling the invisible orange. Hold on. I might not be smart enough to decipher what that means. I think I almost got it when I first read it, but now I've lost it. By painting everything blue, you're calling the invisible orange. I'm gonna need some time to decipher that. Green is still my absolute favorite. I'm not gonna lie, green is probably my least favorite color. I mean, it's very, well, actually I take that back. Green's pretty, green's really pretty. I use it a lot. I think bluish greens I don't like. Like pine tree green, where it's like more blue than green. I don't like that really. But like a good sap green's really pretty. A good like neon green's kind of cool too. All earth pigments are basically muted. Yeah. All browns, right? All browns are pretty much orange. I was gonna make a whole short on that, a whole YouTube short, saying like if you have a hard time mixing browns, just mix in orange and then add in black or add in blue or something like that. But I didn't do it. But if I was serious with my art, I would have done it. I would have done it quick, but I didn't. I forgot what, I think it was an old video where somebody was basically saying that like orange doesn't really exist, or brown doesn't exist, it's just like a dark orange. But that doesn't really make a lot of sense because then I guess black wouldn't exist because it's just a darker everything else, I don't know. It's too late. I wouldn't mind getting more into like the meanings of certain colors, like in history, and like what kind of feelings they evoke. Because that's one thing I have not really learned really anything about. I know like the classic like green's envy, blue is sadness, or like red's fire, crazy, whatever. But I don't think I've done a lot of like psychology behind certain colors. I would like to get more into that. As much as I work with colors, I probably would probably be a lot very useful to me. You know what? I'm gonna write that down real quick because I should look up. Or I get a little mini book on that. Hold on. Okay, I wrote it down. So sometime in the future, I'm definitely gonna start reading about color psychology a little bit more. Gene, that is a good name, but then I have to credit blue, so that might be a little much. That is kind of pretty. Kind of how some optical illusions work. Your brain will automatically compensate for the opposite. What were we talking about? I think so. But it's kind of how some optical illusions work. Your brain will automatically compensate the opposite. Oh, like the ones where you like see like and then you blink. You like see an image for a long time, then you blink, and then it's a different color, but in your head, but it's like the opposite color. I forgot. Well, no, I'm not gonna show it to you. The painting I showed you earlier, kind of does something similar to that. I feel like, but I don't know exactly. I don't really know how to explain it. So I'm not even gonna waste my time trying to grab it. I think in theater they use different colors of lights to convey different moods and motifs. Yeah, I gotta get more into that because I don't really know a lot about that. Yeah, I should really look that up. Now I'm really fascinated about that. I should really learn more about that. Because that's one thing I haven't really... I feel like I've made pictures and paintings that are like pretty, and I've made some impressive paintings like that are like technically kind of impressive, and I've made like pretty paintings, but I don't think I've ever made a painting that's like really makes someone like feel like something deeply in like their stomach. I don't think I've hit that yet, and that's fine, but I would like to eventually. But maybe to do that, I need to see more paintings first and see like what makes me feel like something in my stomach. I know a lot of the times when I feel something from a painting, one is because I'm like actually impressed by the skill, and I'm like, how in the world did this person manage to like actually like, how are they humanly capable of doing something like this? That really shocks me. I think like female portraits that are like particularly beautiful sometimes make me feel something in my stomach a little bit. What else? I don't know. Yeah, I know sometimes when female portraits are like really pretty and like not necessarily lifelike, but just sometimes those make me feel something. But yeah, I don't know. I need to work on that too, I guess. That's something to add to the list. Maybe facial expressions. I think those probably make me feel something too. If a portrait has like a certain facial expression. I'm gonna start working on a little bit of the outline. Typically, I just do a darker color of what's there already. So I'm gonna do a darker, like a brown, black kind of outline. I need to get a lot closer to this painting. I need to get uncomfortably close to this painting now. Trying to mix I never really know what color, at least recently, what color to do the outlines in. Something that's like not too like abrasive, but also like pops a little bit. So I guess whatever. If I think it's not popping enough, I'll change the color a little bit. This is a very understated outline, so we'll see if we need to give it more like color. I don't know if I like that. I like giving outlines to stuff though, because I feel like it kind of finishes the work a little more. Makes it feel like it's like wrapped up. Okay, it doesn't really matter if this outline's all that strong. Actually, I want to make this really bright red at the top, because this is where the attention's coming to. Let's see how bright we can make this. I need to take better care of my brushes, because every time I need a brush, I look down and it's like messed up. So this one, I was gonna use this brush because I love it so much, but I ruined it. Do I have another one of those brushes? Gotta check real quick. Okay, this brush is close enough. I think it'll work. So I'm gonna grab this brush. This is a lot more nostril-centric. Yes, it is. We get even more nostril-centric if we go a little closer. I feel really good about this painting, because I just imagined if this was on a lot larger, like, if this was just a piece of a bigger painting, this would be beautiful, like, so awesome. But it is its own painting right now, so maybe maybe when I start painting even bigger than this, I'll try something like this again. There we go. Yeah, and I don't want to go too bright, because the bottom's going to be the brightest, like NASA space photo, Earth peeking around the corner kind of feel. Have you guys seen the pale blue dot picture? That picture is actually really scary. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but the pale blue dot, it's like a picture of Earth from Venus, I think. I think it's from Venus. No, it's kind of, no, I think it's out of the solar, maybe it's out of the solar system. But it's a picture of Earth from the Voyager, one of the Voyagers. I don't know if it's 1 or 2 or which one it was, but there's this picture of Earth, and it's called the pale blue dot. And it's this picture where Earth is like this tiny little dot, and it's actually very scary. At least it's scary to me. It's not supposed to be scary. It just like makes you feel like, wow, we really are on this little dot. All of us are on this little dot. If you ever get the time, look up the pale blue dot. It's a beautiful picture. kind of scary too. That's too dark. I think I need to go a lot lighter for that blue. It's a scary picture, right, Gene? It's kind of scary. Kind of scary. I have a lot of nightmares about space. And not even like space alien type things, but just like that I'm just like moving uncontrollably in space. I've had a couple, more than a couple of those kind of dreams. But that's what that reminds me of. Like I'm just out in space, and it's really it's kind of an uncomfortable image to look at. The pale blue dot. I haven't been on my astronomy kick recently, but when I was, I should get back on that. But there was a portion of time where I was like really into astronomy. And I wanted to just read about the planets and cosmology stuff and all the, the coming of the universe and all this kind of stuff. Haven't really been on that much recently. But space is really pretty too. Space, like, and spatial objects, and very, very, very pretty. Very scary too. Okay, so we could do two things. I think what I want to do is have like a bright blue come this way and a bright orange come this way, and then have them meet in the center at like a bright white, but blended in so it looks smooth. That's what I want to do, for sure. I just got to find out how to do it cleanly and not... Yeah, that's what I want to do. So let's do it. Let's go ahead. Let's try to mix this color up. Mix a bright orange. Orange probably is a color I should buy pre-mixed. But instead, I sit here and I mix the orange, or I mix red with yellow, trying to get an accurate orange. I feel like there's a couple of secondary and tertiary colors that, well, secondary for sure, but tertiary colors that I really like to have. Well, what are the, okay, the secondaries are what? Orange, green, and purple? Yeah, those are the secondaries, right? Yeah, I think so. And the tertiaries are what, like teal and like magenta, not magenta, pink? I don't know. I don't really, I'd have to think for a second. Let's just bring this along. Okay. Let's make a bright, bright, bright blue. I think I want it to be a little brighter. Let's take this bright blue, just drag it all the way up here. Like that. Okay, and I think I'm gonna need to take a white. Yeah, let's take a white. I'm gonna mix it pretty thick so it doesn't move too easily on the page, or on the canvas. And I only want a tiny little spot to be white, like that much to be white. And then the rest of it I'll mix down with the blue. Like that. And then I'll mix it, same thing with the orange. mix that down with the orange. Kind of hard. This is a hard angle to get at. I'll probably mix back into that a little bit. Now here's the thing. Do I want to put a little ray of like sunshine when it passes by? I think I could. That would be kind of cool, but I just don't know how that would go. I'm gonna sign it first. Even though this is kind of weird, I'm gonna sign it first. Let's get some blue. I'm gonna sign the painting just because it's like probably 97% done. I didn't think I would actually finish this on stream. We're like mostly done. There's still little things I need to touch up, but for the most part, we're done. There we go. I'm gonna sit back for a little bit. Okay. What was I had? Okay, so we had to. You know what? Yeah, I do want to varnish this painting. I want to varnish this painting. Just for the sake of allowing it to last forever. You know what? I have a matte varnish. Should we do that? Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Thank you. Is it surreal? Is it surrealism? I don't really know what my style is. It surrealism? Maybe a little bit. Yeah, probably. I love space. That fear it conveys is somehow invigorating to me. I have been so scared of space since I was little. I'm still scared of space. To be quite honest with you, like if I think about my biggest irrational fears, I don't have to expose all of them, but space is certainly one of them. Yeah, space is very scary. Okay, what else? Okay, there's definitely some lines. Would I go to a free trip to the moon? That's so weird. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's really difficult. That's really difficult. Like, if Elon Musk really came to me and said, "Hey, Chad, we got 2 spots left to go to the moon," I would say, I don't know, dude. I'd probably say no, but feel really bad about it. That's what I'd probably say no, but I'd feel really bad about it like the next day. But then again, like I'm not really an explorer. Like I don't pride myself on being like willing to go to any heights or any depths or see anything, or I don't pride my. That's not really like my thing. It's not really. I'm not really like an adventurer type. I like to experiment. I like science and stuff like that, but I wouldn't say I'm like an adventurer that needs to see every single ocean or travel to every little ancient world or anything like that. But that would be hard. Gene, would you do that? If you're offered a free trip to the moon? Actually, you know what? I would do it. Because, you know what? That would be the best. That would be the best plein air painting anyone has ever seen in their life. That would be the best plein air painting anyone has ever seen in their life. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine that? A plein air painting from like 10,000 feet or like however high it is. I'd rather go to space than any cave or cavern. Oh, I wouldn't do. Oh, caves make me sick. Yeah, I wouldn't do a cave. Yeah, no, I don't do caves. And I think those videos make it worse. The videos about people being trapped in the caves. Those, I think I have intense claustrophobia too. Yeah, I hate that. That feeling, being claustrophobic is like a scary, or being like stuck in a little cave hole is terrifying to me. I want to add some little imperfections to the head. so it's not like all the rest of them. I doubt it. Well, you'd have to, right? Because you got that view. I don't know. I would hope they would maybe at least try. But I wonder if that would do anything for my channel. Like that probably would still get like 300 views. Probably. I do a painting from like the ISS, and the video gets like 300 views. That would be crazy. That'd be sad a little bit. But one time, what I was saying with the claustrophobia, one time I was like, I think it was the same time I was watching all the videos about the people that unfortunately get stuck in caves and stuff, and they like the most agonizing death ever. But I got my arm stuck in my car at night. Like, I went back out into my car to go grab something that fell underneath the seat, and I was like grabbing in, trying to grab my keys or whatever it was that fell, probably an earbud. And my arm got stuck like on the little knuckle of, you know, the knuckle of your elbow, like this little thing, like the knuckle of your elbow. That got stuck underneath my car seat, and I was trying to pull it out. I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna be out here like all night. And then like the fear started setting in. Like, yeah, that's terrible. I could not imagine like feeling really stuck like that. Even describing it now is honestly giving me some anxiety. Yeah, I don't do claustrophobia is really, yeah, I don't know about that. Really, 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 really scary. Just pray that I never find myself in that situation. I'm really just fixing little small things now. This is usually where if I was on a gouache painting, I'd be using my color pencils and stuff and adding little textures and stuff, but since it's acrylic, I'm just kind of touching and going with little dots of paint. I think I need to add some more values in the ear. Pretty happy with this painting. I didn't think, I knew the reference was good, but I never know if I'm ready to like accomplish some of these paintings. Like I knew the reference was really pretty, but I didn't quite know if I would be ready to, like if my skill level is quite there. Oh, we're getting a lot of messy paint. Try to keep this clean a little bit. Maybe we just need to add some more paint. You know, also what I really like about acrylic paint is a lot of the times I'll leave my tubes open like this, and I'll just leave like the paint sitting out, and the whole tube doesn't dry, just like a little cap on the end dries, and I can peel that cap off of paint. I really like that. Because I feel like if that was a gouache, the whole tube would have dried. I would have been left with like a waste of $5 or $6. We're not really going for anatomical correctness here. We're just gonna make it look interesting. Agree on the claustrophobia. Got my head stuck in a turtleneck sweater. stuck with it. No, but I feel that though, especially your head. Your head shouldn't feel like it's stuck anywhere. That's scary. Gotta go soon. Oh yeah, of course. We've been hanging out for a long time. This is almost 2 hours. We have a good Sunday. Okay, I think I will. I don't know. I think there's a potluck at my church. I'm not sure if I want to go, but it's there. The option's there. Okay, let's put in a couple more values in here. Yeah, this is probably my longest stream, but it doesn't feel like it. It feels like it went by pretty quickly. Is it 10 o'clock yet? Oh, it's almost 10 o'clock. I still have some time. I was waiting for the UFC fights tonight. Yuri Prochazka versus Alex Pereira. I was waiting for that fight. That fight should be on a little bit. That fight is particularly interesting to me because both these people play like really like warrior characters, so that like lines up with all the stuff I like. Like in the UFC, some people play like brawler, like not idiots, but they play like a tough guy kind of character, or they play like a sneaky, smart kind of fighter. But these two guys like are just straight up like, one guy is like a Czech samurai, and then the other guy is a guy from the Amazon River. I think he's like from Brazil, but he's like indigenous. So he's like a warrior. And then we have the Czech samurai who's like a warrior. So this is it'll be a good one, regardless of who wins. I don't know how much crossover there is between that and painting, but who knows? Maybe somebody on the replay will appreciate that I mentioned that. Okay, I think the last thing I'm gonna do is just blot in a couple burgundy kind of maroon spots over here, dark warm spots, and that might call it. Okay, let's see. All right, that's it. Done. Painting is finished. The last thing, you know what? I really wanted to I'm kind of wondering if I should varnish this painting. And I think I probably should, but maybe keep it matte to just hold up with the original intended look to it. Maybe keep it a matte varnish. I'm gonna go grab some matte varnish real quick and then, yeah, let's varnish this painting. I'm gonna go slow too, because I'm not quite sure that this painting is all acrylic. Some of it may or may not be gouache, because I had a tendency to, let's see. No, it looks like it's holding, oh, is it holding up? I think it's holding up. I'm kind of scared. Should we just go ahead? I'm a little nervous about this one, but I do want this painting to stick around for a while, so let's see. Okay, let's see how this looks. It's holding up so far. Yeah, I had a tendency to like mix in different paints sometimes. It might start to look almost good. That's what I was thinking. Like, it might almost look like okay if I varnish it, but so now this might not be my example bad painting anymore. But it's okay. I have plenty example bad paintings. It actually is good. Like, people, I feel like we should keep more like example bad paintings around. I almost wish more artists did that. Like, artists that I look up to. I wish that they showed more of their, like, when they were, like, 20 years old, their bad art from then. Because then I would feel a little better. Like, have you seen... Well, I guess some people don't have any. Have you seen James Gurney's art from when he was, like, 15? It's actually a little bit, like, intimidating. Like, it makes you kind of not even want to be, like, an artist sometimes. You're like, this is what you made at 15? How am I ever going to even... I don't even know if I'm at that level yet, and I'm 20-something. It looks a lot less dry, though. Okay, we're going to let this dry, and then we'll see what it looks like in a little bit. We'll see. Should we varnish this one today? I mean, why not? Why not varnish this one today? We can varnish it right here, right now. What are you gonna be looking at then? Maybe I'll just point it while my feet are showing. Hold on. Man, I gotta do all these. Okay. I want to varnish this painting, but if I look down, you guys can see my toe. You know, I have an idea. I have an idea. Wait, here we go. Now let's varnish this painting. Let me grab my varnish. Let me grab a better brush first. I guess I don't have a better brush. I'll just use a fan brush. This is pretty good. Okay, let's go. I got my boots on. That was my solution. Gloss varnish. Here we go. Let me make sure everything's dry. Yep, we're all good. That was funny you said it might almost start looking good. That was a legitimate thought. Is if it'll make it look too good. Varnish does do something to your paintings. Like, if you've only ever had your paintings not varnished, it like changes the way it like makes them look way more professional. You know what I should have done, which I totally forgot? I should have painted the sides or the edges of the painting. Just keep moving this around until it dries a little bit. Okay, there we go. Definitely gonna have to go back and probably redo it again. But there we go, look at that. Okay, I'm gonna hang this back up. Actually, I'm gonna let it put on the ground. But that should be it. That's the end of the stream. We went for 2 hours. We sat here and rambled and painted for 2 hours. I got a painting done. So this probably took like 4 hours in total. Actually, probably like 3 hours in total. An hour before the stream and 2 hours on the stream. So there we go. I'm really glad you guys all stopped by. We had a good time. But all right, that was a good stream. I probably won't stream tomorrow. I definitely won't stream tomorrow, but maybe on Monday. We'll see. All right, see you guys later. Bye.